Oh, there's already somebody waiting. Hi, whoever you are, could you please just leave a comment in the chat so we can get the ball rolling on this week's episode. So it's been a rough day or so, but it's okay. We're here to power through this this current facade of mine that you're seeing. Just getting a few things up here. Let's see. Where is this? Let's just add here. So there we go. This should get us going. Hello, everyone. Okay, now that we've gotten the housekeeping bits out of the way, welcome back to another week of the FPL show, formerly known as How Not to Suck at FPL, but it's too long title to keep. So, what I thought was we have like an hour coming up to the deadline now, and everyone is busy scuttling to get players into their squads. So, it's only natural that we spend some time looking at our FPL teams, right? Now, speaking of which, is a wonderful thing. I don't quite know where my wow, I have too many windows open. I really need to figure this out. Here we go. Are you Fantasy Premier League? There we are. But is this even my team? Yes, indeed, it is. So this is, of course, the official Who Scored Again team. So what I thought we'd do for this week's episode, oh dear God, we have made no transfers and Kane has dropped in price. Clearly, we're very efficient FPL players, aren't we? I mean, evidently, look at this. But yeah, I think it would be foolhardy for us to not make the Kane to Haaland move this week. But at the same time, I do want Spurs cover. So this presents quite a predicament. Now, do we lose Salah at home to Crystal Palace? No, that's a transfer I don't want to make. So we might have to take a bit of a hit to accommodate accommodate Haaland into the squad and possibly shift those funds around someplace else. But I think we can make the jump back to Kane in a few weeks if all goes well. We don't necessarily have to stick with Spurs this week, given that they have a tough away trip to Stamford Bridge with Chelsea. So I think it's only fair that we try and get 11.6 Haaland in. Oh, wait, I forgot. We have money in the bank for Haaland, don't we? Oh, we're like, okay, we clearly, we don't have to take any hits. So I'm a stupid idiot. So we have Haaland coming in. And I think that Jolly should be the transfer for this week. Jesus is probably going to bank against Leicester at home as well. So it's going to be a chance for him to impress the fans on debut. So it's definitely going to keep in the squad. I believe Villa and Everton kick us off, and this week is going to be heavy for Leon Bailey, make or break even. So you don't quite know what version of him is going to turn up. So if he turns up this week, expect a price jump. If he doesn't, people are going to start selling. FPL patience is at an all-time low these days. But that being said, my friends, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments so I can address them or advise you to the best of my knowledge. Once again, I claim to be no expert, never have been. Occasionally have a good run with a stupid website, but more often than not, it's quite chaotic. So the move we're currently making is Kane to Haaland. To put that in the banner. Current move. Kane to Haaland. So if anyone has a better suggestion, if Haaland's numbers seem to be blanking, please do let us know. Another thing that that I would highly consider looking at is the potential of Heung-min Son. Now, I feel Son has been pouring through preseason, and he may not have had the best game he may not have had the best game at Southampton, or rather at home against Southampton. But you don't know which version of Son is going to turn up against Spurs. You might just take the whole game by the scruff of his neck, bomb forward, and you know what a bonus point magnet Son is or has been in the past. So it'll be interesting to see. I think we give Sterling one more free ride this week, to see just how he fits into the Tuchel system. Excuse me. Right now, not the best. Right now, he looks kind of a little off the pace a little bit. Tuchel has not been able to fit him into his squad. I don't think he's able to get him playing to his strengths, and that might frustrate Sterling as the months progress. But let's see. I think we can look to keep Sterling for another few game weeks. The fixtures for Chelsea are quite kind. They have Spurs, and then after this they have where are we looking at? Yeah, they have Leeds away, Leicester at home, Southampton away, and West Ham at home, and Fulham away before they meet Liverpool at home. So they have a kind run. I expect them to at least take 12 points out of those 5 games for sure. But let's see. Let's see how things progress. Now, the absolute non-negotiables at the back would probably be Trent and Cancelo. Trent kind of got bullied over the weekend, but I think that United fixture is looking quite tasty for him, given how United have been defending and Diego Dallo's general um, obsession with vacating the right back space and bombing forward and not tracking back. I'm gonna sneeze. Give me a sec. Oof. Like I said, rough day. So it's going to be fairly interesting to see Trent come up against Liverpool next week. So definitely a keep. Cancelo, obviously. Perisic, I don't think he's match fit yet. So if there was a transfer to make, I don't want to take a hit just yet. I think we have a playable 3 for this week, but depends on what Conte does tomorrow and when Perisic eventually settles into that back 5. So I think we'll stay patient with that. Maybe that's one of those transfers that will come good in the long run. Mendy definitely going to keep. Ward, both starters, and we've kept some money aside as well. Salah, obviously. So in terms of captaincy choices, there's a thing about how Salah hasn't scored in game week 2, and Palace in the past have caused them problems. I don't think Vieira's Palace particularly has caused them a lot of issues, but definitely one to keep an eye out for. I still think Haaland is going to be the most captain player this week, which you never know, and might just return a bunch of FPL managers some very huge returns. And this is the new template, right? Like you go Salah, Diaz, and Martinelli in midfield with the front 2 of Jesus and Haaland. That's kind of what the attack is shaping up to be for most FPL teams. I personally don't own Salah anymore. It's a gamble I've taken. I don't see the player that was there like last year, that was there like after the African Cup of Nations. He hasn't come back, and he seems to be feeding off our scraps. And I'm sure he's going to score a ton of points, but I don't see him as the essential pick. Famous last words. I don't see him as the essential pick going into this particular season. So I'm just going to keep the floor open now for anyone who has any questions. see. Let us confirm the transfer for now. I don't want to. I'm pretty sure that this is what we're doing this week. Andreas against Wolves. Who do we not play? I think Perisic is probably going to sit this one out. So, keep on as a first sub. Andres has been playing very attacking. He was very high up the pitch against Liverpool. So, I expect him to pick up a few points here and there. The armband is firmly on. It's on Salah. So Salah, okay, now becomes the pertinent question. I think Bournemouth just look a little shoddy. I'm going to jump on the Haaland trade and see where it takes us. And plus, they play today, so interesting to see what we'll end up getting. I don't want to wait till Monday night to get my captaincy fix from Liverpool. Like I said, so Arsenal, Leicester. Do you have? Let's just run through these fixtures and see who we can get in the meantime. Arsenal, Leicester, probably William Saliba at 4.5 is a pretty good hedge, in my opinion. Leicester, Joel Ward, obviously. Jamie Vardy has a great record against Arsenal, something to keep an eye out for. James Madison too. Madison could rack up a few numbers. It just depends on what Arsenal show up, really. If the Arsenal that trounced Sevilla show up, then you're in for a good whacking Leicester. But I think Leicester might just be able to upset the apple cart a little bit. Now Brighton Newcastle, I predicted a Newcastle win in this one. If you don't own Callum Wilson, I think you should before he gets injured. I know it then becomes a pain of getting him out of your team, but whenever he's fit, he's dependable and he's scoring goals. You can't go wrong with Callum Wilson. Great FPL asset. Now, for City Bournemouth, if you can't make the Haaland move, you can swap out to the likes of, I would say, go Phil Foden, the most dependable amongst the front three. I don't think Jack Grealish had a particularly decent game. Mahrez, for some reason, Pep seems to have this love-hate relationship with him. Starts him, doesn't start him, just start him. There's no Sterling. There's no out-and-out winger in that club right now. And it's really surprising to see that Mahrez didn't start the game last week. So I would, anyone from the City midfield, but I would, if you had to pick one that's the most dependable, you pick Phil Foden. Like Pep said, right, in his conference last week, they said, how did you feel about not letting Haaland finish his hat-trick? And he very aptly responded saying, I don't care. Just possibly the most Pep thing to have said. Now, Southampton and Leeds. Oh man, I predicted a high-scoring draw because neither of these teams can defend. Bamf is a good captaincy option. He played only not captaincy, I'd say a good second striker option. He played 4 full games last season, so he's not been fit. So something to keep an eye out for that. Southampton, James Ward-Prowse is dependable for the price he's at, but it's like more of a long-term thing. And if you're trying to get ahead in your mini leagues now and establish a big gap, then he's probably not what you need. Wolves, Fulham, Neto, Podence, and Andreas, as well as Mitrovic. Mitrovic is something you should be considering if you haven't already. And as for Brentford, Man United, I would highly, highly look to bring in Ivan Toney if you're looking for a second striker option, because I think Ivan Toney is about to rinse that backline today till Kingdom Come. Forest, West Ham. If you have, keeping Dean Henderson in net is probably a bit of a points magnet, because I think Forest are about to get bombarded this season. So it's going to be interesting to see just how many bonus points he racks up. West Ham, Jared Bowen hasn't gotten going yet, but it's only a matter of time before he kicks off. And then I will try to ignore him like I did the last season and then get punished for it. Chelsea, Spurs, we've addressed at the top of this episode. So just go with your big hitters. Kulusevski is jumped in price. I would recommend you check him out as well. As well as from the Chelsea backline, Reece James is obviously right is the ultimate starter. Liverpool Palace, Salah, Diaz, Nunez. Nunez is an argument could be made uh, if he starts, and then he could be that second striker and to replace Jesus up top with Haaland or Kane, depending on the amount of funds you have. So we'll have to wait and see. Akshay seems to have brought in Jack Harrison. Why Jack Harrison particularly? Do you have a reason why you brought him in? I'm just gonna get like some water. My throat's really parched. She has the likes of Jack Harrison in at the moment. I don't know why. He'll explain to me at some point. And where did this cold come from? Ooh, sorry guys. I did it on the mic as well. Wow, I'm a dude. Any more questions, or I'll look to wrap up the stream in about 20 odd minutes. He says Winger starter scored last week. Yeah, but could be an interesting ploy. Have you not gone with Haaland yet? It's just morning allergies. Actually, it's been a bit of a long day. So I'm going to get rid of that. So anyone have any questions, please do drop them in the chat. Maybe I should just put out a banner. Any more questions? And if anyone's made any transfers, what should you do? What should you not do? If you haven't made those transfers yet, then actually I guess you should just look to. I mean, tell me who you have in your team, and then I could advise you accordingly. Oh, he's already done. Cool. Oh, he's gonna tell me offline. The man is like playing a big game. But anybody going in? The deadline's in about 40 minutes, guys. So if you want, now would be the time to get your teams in. All right, let me just run through Twitter and see what people are saying. So there's an option to wildcard. I don't quite see why you don't have to do that right now. I think now is, given the fact that everyone's running fast and loose, you can take the hits and bank your wild card for a more important part of the season. Yes, people you have traditionally wild carded in game week 4 when you have a better understanding of the season. But I don't quite see the point in wildcarding then. Okay, so here's something for you Darwin Nunes fans. 27% of Liverpool's goals last season were scored in the 6 yard box. Nunes had 3 shots in the 6 yard box versus Fulham. For context, Salah had 8 the whole of last season, Firmino 5, Mane 12, and Jota 15. So, oof, there's a stat for you if you're looking to bring in Darwin Nunes. So, it's going to be interesting to see. Huh. The best captain option is Salah, someone says. Quite funny. Um, so here's another stat. So Kevin De Bruyne, I mean, is expensive, but if you're going for Haaland, you probably shouldn't go after Kevin De Bruyne. But I think he will be inevitable for us all at some point during the season. So Squawka put out a stat saying Kevin De Bruyne has only failed to score or assist in one of his last 14 home games across all competitions. That was only against Spurs. He's been directly involved in 19 goals at that time. 19, what a stat, dude. Emmanuel Dennis is returning to Forest as well. So for those of you who captained him in the double game week last year and then got -2 or -4, oh, fun times, wasn't it? Fun times. Mm-hmm. FPL Raptors quite the hilarious one. Bournemouth haven't conceded a Premier League goal in over 750 days, and people are out here acting like Haaland is going to bang against them. I think the Salah thing is going to come back to punish me. I really think the Salah thing is going to come back to punish me. You don't know. FPL picks have kind of gone with tips, rather, have gone with the most template teams that you could find. I haven't really made any transfers, they've banked it. No Spurs assets in there is a bit scary. Or rather, not scary, just strange to me. Maybe I am like over. I, for some reason, think that Spurs are going to set the world on fire, which is why I'm so protective of the likes of Kane and Kulusevski. I mean, sorry, Son and Kulusevski. Kulusevski, man, that guy looks the part. But FPL tips have gone Trent, James, Cancelo, and Robertson at the back. Pretty strong back five. They've gone with Salah, Martinelli, Neto, and Bailey, Haaland, and Jesus. So for those of you joining right now, I just want to let you know that currently this is our team for the week. Sorry, I'm doing a really shitty job of making sure you guys can see it. Let's see if you guys can see it. This is our team. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Now, if you have any questions on captaincy choices, on possible transfers, do you want to go sideways in terms of your transfers? Let us know, and I'll try and offer the best advice I possibly can give at this point, which is not a lot, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah, so once again, running through our teams: Mendy in goal, Cancelo, Trent, and Justin at the back. Andreas, Sterling, Neto, and Salah with Bailey in make up the 5-man midfield, and Jesus and Haaland bring up the forward line. So if you have any questions for your FPL squads, now would be the time to let us know, guys. In the meantime, I will continue to read FPL tweets and see what conversation pieces we can build around it. A lot of Holland captains. I'm seeing so many Holland captains. hmm Ooh, it's a big day. That Villa Everton game is going to be fun to watch, in my opinion. Like it's going to be super exciting to see what who takes the lead in the El Sacico race. Okay, I feel if we don't have any more questions, I think I'll probably end the stream in about a few minutes. Akshay just sent me his team, which I'm going to read out to the world. Sorry, Akshay. Um, Akshay is doing the brave thing. No Holland. Very interesting. Very interesting. No Holland. I mean, Akshay sticking by with Kane. He thinks Kane is the most dependable person. He's one of the Salah cap, which is a good captaincy option. Yes, Sanchez in goal against Newcastle, which is a good shout. Can't lie about that. Trent, Cancelo, James, and Robertson gone heavy at the back. It's Salah, Martinelli, Bailey, and Harrison in midfield. Midfield looks a bit short, Akshay. I'm not going to lie. He's gone super differential, he says. But I don't know, man. Leon Bailey, Might Hall it's a very big risk, and I think I know Martinelli technically is playing like a second striker, but I don't know what he's going to. Actually, he's the most dependable after Salah in the midfield. I take that back. Harrison, I don't know. I think one game is too short a sample size to make that decision on, but let's see if it works for you. It works. Kane and Jesus. Oof. Kane is Kane doesn't do particularly well at Stamford Bridge now, does he? So it's going to be interesting to see that. You are going to have a torrid time. I hope you're like flying back at the time the City game is on. Mm-hmm. Any more questions? We have just about under half an hour to make any changes. We're gonna keep the stream going for another 5 minutes, and okay. Shivam's in the chat. I'm just gonna pop this on screen. You have Lissandro, Batman, Matip, Ben White, Neco Williams, Salah, Kane, Haaland, Jesus, Sanchez. Changes, bro, without laughing at my defense. I don't know why you have Lissandro, dude, but okay. Also, maybe I've missed the train on this, but I'm unsure who Batman is. So you just gotta let me know who that is. Like, I'm really sorry. Andreas, Bailey, Edison. Oh, dude, look at your team is stacked. But I mean, your defense is a bit short. I'm not going to lie. You have no fullbacks. So I think you could use a fullback, my friend. How much money do you have in the bank? If you were to play, just Shivam, let me know in the meantime. Anson Lee, if you had to play two this game week, which two would you pick? Neto, James, and Bailey. Oh, that's a tricky. I would actually pick Neto and Bailey, my friend. I think Spurs are scoring this weekend, and I don't. I think Chelsea will as well, but I don't see James scoring and keeping a clean sheet. Much rather go Neto and Bailey. I think they both have better fixtures. Now, Shivam, could you just let me know who you have? Oh, Botman. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Oh wow. I feel like an idiot. I've just clocked it on my clothing classes. So Lissandro, Botman, Matip, Ben White, Neco Williams, Salah, Kane, and Haaland. Okay. Um, I just like to know how much you have in the bank. You seem to have gone heavy on the centre backs, which okay, I guess it's like a dependable 6 pointers. You have zero currently. Okay. Thinking of Walker for Matip or Gundogan for Sancho. I would go Walker. I don't think City have a starting right back. Um, go Walker. I think they're with the because Walker likes to bomb forward and expect cutbacks to people in the box, and he's guaranteed a clean sheet as well, right? So definitely Walker, in my opinion, Shivam. That's something you should consider. Okay, we're quickly running up. We have another 25 odd minutes before um, the deadline. So, any more questions, please just drop in and let us know. Sancho, I mean, I see why you've gone Sancho, Shivam, but because preseason he was good. Do you have faith in United really? Like, I don't have faith in United unless they put up a run. I would stay away from those players, and I say this as a Diego Dallo owner. So, if I would look if you haven't made a transfer yet, and if you could try and get. I say for the money you put, for the amount you've put in Sancho, you could try and get what's his name, Kulusevski, but I think Sancho's 7.5 if I'm not mistaken. So you might have priced yourself out of that. Definitely um, go Walker um, for Matip is my suggestion. Uh, Preference next week. But United will make him seem like Ike Setien. Yeah, oh for sure. I have been calling him Frank de Boer on the podcast all week. Yeah, with Adrian. I mean, I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to save that that bit of my mental sanity for the game where I will fully lose it. And this goal just keeps coming and going. Also, for those of you who are in the chat, could you please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already? It really helps us grow. So that next week we probably when we do go live, this goes out to a lot more eyeballs and there's more of an engaging conversation to be had with everybody. Respectfully, of course. I mean, we do love a good bit of banter, but it's always nice to have more people to talk to. Hmm. Just a second. Anson, I hope we answered your query as well. Oof, almost close to 20 minutes to the deadline. Any more questions? Just let me know for anyone who's just dropping in. Please do ask us your questions. We're here to help. Ooh, Tyrone Mings is expected to start for Aston Villa versus Everton today. Steven Gerrard he's chosen him to partner Diego Carlos ahead of Ezri Konza. Also, meanwhile, whoa, here's a bit of a bomb confirmed. Total offensive by Manchester United for Frankie de Jong. They are confident of completing his signing next week by making the best financial offer to both the player and FC Barcelona. Only took you 14 weeks, Manchester United. Only just the 14 weeks to get that off the line. Luis Diaz is a Ballon d'Or nomination, but Messi doesn't. Any more questions? Okay, so I'll keep this open for another 5 minutes. I think there's not much drama unfolding, but there are some very exciting games coming up this day rather, as I say week. So lock yourselves in. It's going to be fun. Don't drink too much. Eat. Be merry. It's all a game at the end of the day. A game that you can't control to the best of your abilities. Ah. Keeping things going. So Akshay keeps bombarding me in the chat. Any more questions, my friends? Just under 20 minutes and we should be good to go. Okay, I think that's time. We'll call time on the stream. We'll see you on the next one. When is the next game week deadline? When we'll do a show half an hour prior to the deadline. I think that just allows us more time to keep things a lot more concentrated. I'll see you then. I'm going to get a coffee. I'm clearly going to need it. I will see you all. Everyone take care. Have fun. And we'll see you for the stream. There won't be a stream on Monday, but there will be a stream on Tuesday. Monday, I think all four of us are going to be out for a wedding. So we'll be back on Tuesday with all the things that are happening. So quickly, there are three of you in watching right now. If you have any questions, I'm about to wrap up. Just let me know in the next 2 minutes, and then we'll call it a day as soon as I finish answering them. Yeah, for those wondering about the streams next week, we'll be back. So I kind of want to give you a little heads up for those watching. So we do a live review show. It's not FPL centric, but a live review show of the weekend's action on a Monday or a Tuesday. That comes out as a pod immediately after, which you can listen to on Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts. Then on Thursday, we do a preview for the upcoming fixtures of the game week, where we do our predictions. We have like a little game going that I keep losing at, and that again lives as a pod on other streaming platforms. The FPL show, however, is exclusive only to YouTube because it's a nightmare to sit and edit 3 episodes. Plus, I run another podcast as well on the side. So, and I have a day job, so there's I don't really have a lot of time. So that happens on the weekends. That's what you're seeing right now. Cosmo's in the chat. Hello, fellow Cosmo. Captain Haaland or Trent? I'd go Haaland, dude. I know Trent is a bankable 6 pointer, but if you see Haaland bag 3 or 4 against Bournemouth, and you see Trent with like a 6 pointer against Palace, that's probably going to hurt. Like always, captain your attacking assets. Don't be like me. I captained Aspilicueta one weekend, and he scored 2 points, and then the next weekend I decided not. I moved him out of my squad, and he scored 12 points. So it's just it's a cruel world, this fantasy Premier League. Okay, I think that's it. No more questions. I am going to call it. It's been fun, guys. Coffee time for me. Take care. Always Captain Haaland. Captain your attacking assets. That's all I can say. Captain your attacking assets, and I will see you on the next one.